drops three. It's in. She is on fire right now on the Grand Star Sports Network. And we bid you a very welcome Monday, fans. We are in Georgia. We've done a tri-state convergence of sorts. It's the Robbinsville Lady Knights from North Carolina taking on the Copper Basin Lady Cougars from Tennessee at a Georgia university. We're at Young Harris College today. I want to thank them for letting us set up shop this afternoon for Robbinsville and Copper Basin softball this afternoon. Good to have you with us here on the Grand Star Sports Network. You see the Lady Cougars on the field taking their final warm-up, so to speak, the infield getting tossed around. Robbinsville has already completed as such, and we are just about 10 minutes away from first pitch, so we'll step aside and let you guys get settled in, and we'll be back in just a few moments with our national anthem, starting lineups, and we'll take you through today's game as the rematch is on tap, Robbinsville and Copper Basin, here on the Grand Star Sports Network. Hey fans, welcome back to Young Harris College. Kevin Hensley with you here on GramStarSports.com. Robbinsville Copper Basin softball about to come your way here on this Monday afternoon from Towns County, Georgia. Fans, we want to let you know that the last time these two teams met up, it was way back on March 14th, and that was a 13-1 victory for Robbinsville. So I'm sure the Cougars will be out for blood, so to speak, here in the rematch this afternoon.
Young Harris College Copper Basin High School versus Robbinsville High School. The starting lineup for today's visiting team from Robbinsville. Leading off, number 2, playing shortstop, Zoe Schuler. Batting second, the second baseman, number 23, Sori Wadi. Batting third and catching number 33, Sophie Roberts. Batting fourth, the first baseman, number 3, Memory Frapp. Batting fifth, the designated player, number 10, Presley Kaler. Batting sixth, the third baseman, number 5, Ella Atwell. Batting seventh, the right fielder, number 22, Liz Carpenter. Batting eighth and pitching for Robbinsville, number 99, Naomi Taylor.
99.
Batting ninth, the center fielder, number 4, Anna Williams. And the flex player for today, playing left field, number 9, Sydney Adams. And now the starting lineup for the home team, Copper Basin High School. Leading off the pitcher, number 33, Caitlin Pack. Batting second, the third baseman, number 1, Alexis Hyatt. Batting third, the designated player, number 11, Claire Ledford. Batting fourth, the shortstop, number 17, Riley Hall. Batting fifth, the left fielder, number 31, Angela Graves. Batting sixth and playing second base, number 24, Riley Atkins. Batting seventh and playing first base, number 13, Samantha Ware. Batting eighth and catching, number 8, Maggie Scoggins. Batting ninth and playing center field, number 99, Taylor Hall. And the flex player for today in right field, number 25, Emily Mundy. At this time, would you please stand and remove your caps for the singing of our national anthem?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, yet proved through the night that our still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Tremendous as always, Mr. Nelson.
Let's play ball.
Nothing like it in the world, fans. It's a treat every time Rodney Nelson grabs the mic and sings the national anthem for us here on the Graham Star Sports Network. That is your school board chair, by the way, in Graham County. Longtime instructor. He's up here keeping score with us today. And we're going to try to keep score with you here on the Graham Star Sports Network. Robbinsville, Copper Basin softball coming up here in just a short on the Graham Star Sports Network. It's a beautiful Monday afternoon. It's just about as pristine as you could ask for a softball game here at Young Harris. We'll give you the temperature here at game time is a picturesque 73 degrees, overcast skies, so nothing to harm anybody, just a fun night of softball ahead, and leading off is going to be Zoe Schuler.
Leading off, Zoe Schuler.
There was a ball hit between us.
Top of the first, set to commence here on GrahamStarSports.com. Your starting pitcher is Caitlin Pack for Copper Basin. Her first offering's a ball that goes wide of the plate, 1-0 the count. And we're underway. First pitch comes at 6:34 p.m. here on GrahamStarSports.com. 1-0 is up and in. Schuler will take it all the way. 2-0 is the count. Schuler comes into today's game batting .564. She's got 1 homer this year, 10 RBIs. University of Tennessee commit. Already signed to upgrade her already red hair to more orange at the start of the fall 2024 season in Knoxville. 2-1 is fouled off, and it'll make it 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's even here in the top of the first. Caitlin Pack gets the 2-2 sign from the dugout, and Schuler hits it a mile and a half into the left. It's gone. Boy, dead center field. Nobody had a chance to even think about that one. That's her second home run of the campaign, and Schuler gets them started right. It's 1-0 right off the bat here on GrahamStarSports.com. That will summon sophomore Surrey Waddy to the plate. Waddy comes in.
Number 23, Surrey Waddy.
Waddy batting .459 coming into today's game. She hasn't homered, but she's got 21 RBIs. That is by far and away a team lead for Robbinsville. 5 hits last week alone against the Andrews Lady Wildcats in those 2 games that the Lady Knights played in divisional action. And right to the third baseman, first out of the ball game.
Number 33, Sophie Roberts.
And here's the talk of the town so far. Sophie Roberts will come up to the plate. 6 home runs. 4th in the state of North Carolina in the rankings if you're keeping score at home. 18 RBIs. She is currently batting .559 at the plate. Slugging 1.15. That's nothing to sneeze at. Next first pitch away, ball 1. And the 1-0, she gets a piece of it and fouls it back to the backstop. 1-1 on Sophie Roberts, transfer in the offseason from Andrews. And we're glad to have her here in Graham County for sure. She golfs that one on the left field line. I think the 5-iron took care of that one all the way to the corner. Counts 1-2. One down and one in already for Robbinsville. Schuler hit it to dead center field for her second long ball of the season. 1-2. Roberts swings and misses at strike 3, but she may make it to first on the drop third strike. She's there without even an attempt. So, strike 3 called. Schuler at first on the wild pitch, and to clean it up will be Memory Frapp. I'm sure they're going to call in a sub runner for Miss Roberts. Billy Knott conferring with the home plate umpire. I don't see anybody yet, good sir. He's talking over with someone. Maybe leaving her in. I guess they're going to leave her on. Nope, she's leaving now. There is number 7. Number 7 has stepped in for Robbinsville. That's Claire Barlow.
Running for Sophie Roberts, number 7, Claire Barlow.
And here is Memory Frapp. Frapp is at first base today for Robbinsville. Normally the number 1 starter this year, Naomi Taylor, who's got the nod today, is kind of taking over that role. Frapp still sharp as attack either way. And at the plate this year, batting .270, she's got 1 homer and 12 RBIs. Low and in, ball 2, and Barlow will swipe second without a fight. Stolen base or a pass ball? Okay. Yeah, she was. That's true. Fly ball down the left field line will go foul into the corner. Boy, the left fielder, Miss Graves, is getting a workout in the corner already here in the top of the first for Copper Basin. We're glad you're with us here on GramStarSports.com. Beautiful afternoon for softball, as we've already mentioned, and that one in the dirt. Ball 3, throw to third, and they got her. Barlow got a late leap on that, and she is caught stealing 2-5. And that'll make it 2 down. It's still a 3-1 count on Miss Frapp, senior for Robbinsville.
3-1.
So Frapp can still do some damage here on 3-1. Let's see what she can pull off on the 3-1 offering. She's going to rope it to center field. That'll do the trick right into the gap. And they'll try to retrieve it. She'll take a long cut over at first, and she fell right on her face after she rounded the bag. See all the dirt on her uniform, and they're having a good chuckle about that. Hope she's all right. She looks to be. They're checking on her. I think her pride's hurt more than anything else. And here's the designated player, Presley Kaler, stepping in. Freshman sensation, I like to say, because Kaler she's got all the tools to be dangerous. So Frapp singles with 2 outs. Kaler ropes it right under the glove of the second baseman, and Frapp fell again. So she'll stop at second. Must have a hole in her cleat. We'll go with that anyway.
That's that dirt monster.
Memory Frapp, known for her gracefulness. Runners at first and second with 2 outs. Kaler liked the first pitch she saw, and she sent it right under the glove of second baseman Riley Atkins. Here's Ella Atwell coming into the play. I didn't get to mention a minute ago. Kaler batting .345 this year. Miss Atwell batting .312. She's got 2 RBIs this year. Outside, ball 1, almost a pitch out here on the GramStar Sports Network. Atwell is manning third base today. She's at the hot corner for Robbinsville. And she sees that pitch into the outfield. That'll split the gap as well here on Gramstar Sports. And I'll bring in one.
Double. RBI.
And that'll make it an RBI double for Miss Atwell. Good to see that. And that is going to make it 2-0 here in the top of the first.
Liz Carpenter.
So the Lady Knights are teeing off here in the early going. We'll strike when the iron's hot, I suppose. Right fielder Liz Carpenter steps in now. Low and in, ball one. Carpenter, a bit of a slump right now, but she's still batting .294 on the campaign. 4 RBIs. Got a chance to break that right here with 2 in scoring position. And she'll hit that one right down the third base line, but it will go foul right at the bag. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Sheeler's already homered, and now Ella Atwell has brought in Memory Frapp, who managed to stay upright for her entire chug to the plate. Valerie, if you're watching, I'm sorry. Please still give me a discount at Tobacco Lodge. Swing and a miss. And Carpenter swung at that one like it was an ephus coming in there. 1 ball and 2 strikes. It just, you see the way it went, you just jumped about head level with us. We're up here in the press box, behind home plate. Roped, and a good play at shortstop by Riley Hall will finally end the proceedings. 2 stranded for Robbinsville in the top of the first, but 2 come home. We'll go to the bottom of the frame. The Cougars are coming up. The Lady Knights lead it 2-0 on GramstarSports.com.
Number 33, Caitlin Pack.
And we're back with you for the bottom of the first. 2-0 Robbinsville here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Zoe Schuler homers to begin the game, and then Ella Atwell doubles in Memory Frapp to get us where we're at. Let's see what Copper Basin can do with their first hacks of the ball game. Caitlin Pack is going to lead off. She is the starting pitcher for the Cougars. Inside the circle is Naomi Taylor. We'll talk more about her in just a moment. See what her first pitch looks like. It's going to skip into the dirt. Ball 1. Pack batting .351 this year. She's got 2 home runs on the season, so Pack can hack, so to speak. 1-0 will be low and inside, ball 2. This is the 7th start of the year for Naomi Taylor. She is 4-1 coming into today's game. 23 strikeouts, ERA of 2.76 on her resume. 2-0 offering coming. Low and in, ball 3, and Taylor struggling to find the strike zone here in the early going. .30, and she's taken all the way as Miss Pack, and that's going to be a strike. Good move by Caitlin Pack to take there. Nothing wrong with that. And the count's 3 balls and a strike. Low, ball 4. She lost her, so it's leadoff walk issue to Caitlin Pack here in the bottom of the first. And Alexis Hyatt, the third baseman, will step into the batter's box. Hyatt's a freshman this year for the Copper Basin Cougars. Only her 5th game of the campaign. Throw to second, right on the nose. How about that? They got her over at the bag. Sorry about that. Hit the wrong camera angle. My apologies. So caught stealing 2-6, and just as quick as Pack gets on the base path, she is out. And I'll check that. I think I have how many.
Is that a strike?
And Webster tried to frame that one, but couldn't get the call.
because he is getting ready to call her safe.
1 strike. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Big whiff by Hyatt. I stand corrected. Miss Hyatt's a sophomore, excuse me. 387 average on the year. She's got 5 RBIs, 3 doubles. Low and in right at the ankles. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Pack draws leadoff walk and then is thrown out 2-6 by Draley Webster. Fires a bullet to Zoe Schuler. I'm sorry, Sophie Roberts catching today. My apologies. Chop foul, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Webster's been our catcher the last week or so. That's my mistake. They've thrown Roberts. Well, she has. Roberts has been our DP. Get back in the rhythm there. That's her third thrown out baseman, so to speak. Third caught stealing of the year. And that's the first strikeout of the day for Naomi Taylor. But that'll be out number 2. And up next is going to be Claire Ledford for the Cougars. Ledford, a sophomore, batting .452 this year with 1 home run and 12 RBIs. Low and in, ball 1.
Did she swing it there?
No, it was low and away. Or low and inside, I should say. Chop foul by Miss Ledford. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. That strikeout by Taylor, by the way, was her 24th of the season. And she leans back out of the way of that one as it floats in there. 2 balls and a strike here in the bottom of the first. Once again, thank you for joining us here on GramstarSports.com. We are your exclusive home for Robbinsville athletics all year long and beyond. Fouled up, and Memory Frapp hustled for it. Couldn't get there. Neither could Miss Roberts. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Robbinsville is tentatively scheduled to play one more game on a college campus this week, first the 2-2. Strike 3 call. We'll talk more about it at the top of the inning as Taylor freezes her, and we'll go to the second. It is 2-0 in favor of the Lady Knights. Stay with us, fans. Top of the second is upon us here from Young Harris College. Robbinsville leading Copper Basin 2-0. And Naomi Taylor will step in, batting in the 8 hole today for the Lady Knights. Fouls it right back to the net, almost into the face of her dad, Bo Taylor, sitting on the front row, the very, very front row. Taylor comes into today batting in .241 on the season, no homers, 6 RBIs. She does have 3 doubles to her credit. Skips into the dirt, 1 ball, 1 strike. Robbinsville will play, tentatively scheduled, weather pending, of course, Mother Nature cooperates, at Western Carolina on Wednesday. That'll be a 5 p.m. first pitch against AC Reynolds. And yes, we plan to bring it to you here on Gramstar Sports as Taylor ropes that one into left field and out of the reach. All the way in for a double. How about that? Lead off double will get things taken care of, and good way to start here on Gramstar Sports. That's her 4th extra bagger of the season, and now Billy Knight is going to summon Ella McGuire to the field to run for Miss Taylor. Anna Williams, the center fielder, sophomore, will step in. Tipped into the glove, sounded like 0-1. Fouled right back into the living room, so to speak. Quick 0-2 count. Robbinsville already with 5 hits in this ball game. 2 runs to show for it. Ella McGuire hanging out at second, waiting on Williams to bring her in, and that might move her up a base anyhow. Race to the bag, and she beats it. How about an infield single for Anna Williams? But they're going to score that as an error. A bit of trouble with the transfer. Schuler's back up after hitting her leadoff homer.
Number 2, Zoe Schuler.
Dangerous time to have Zoe Schuler at the plate, for sure. Runners at the corners. Schuler showing bunt. Williams just go to second, uncontested. That'll work. Williams is such a natural athlete. And now both in scoring position. Outside, count is 2 balls, no strikes. Outside, ball 3. So they're probably smartly, dangerously pitching around Schuler. Because Surrey Waddy's up next, and she is on fire right now at the plate. Hit the cover off the ball her last at bat, but lined it to the third baseman. And now she'll come up with the bases loaded. Schuler draws a forward pitch walk.
Surrey hit the line drive to third.
Number 23, Surrey Waddy.
Waddy's got a chance to do some real damage here on the Gramstar Sports Network with a Lady Night at every base right now. And she drives the first pitch to right center field. It's caught on the run. And I don't believe Ella McGuire tagged, but they're going to have her doubled up. She is way past being out. That is it. Yep. So it will be a double play. One. So how about that? 2 gone.
Number 33, Sophie Roberts.
So still runners at the corners. Roberts hits the first one to left center field, and it is out of here. Cleared the platform out there. How about that? Holy cow, what a shot. Roberts just nailed her 7th home run of the campaign here on the Gramstar Sports Network, and she'll get warmly greeted at the plate for that 3-run bomb here in Young Harris. And Lindsey Hyatt's going to come out and talk things over with Caitlin Pack, and there may be a pitching change already. There is. We'll step aside while the Lady Cougars try to sort things out. Sophie Roberts hits a 3-run dinger, and Robbinsville leads 5-0 on GramstarSports.com. All right, so we didn't change pitchers, but we changed some of the infield makeup. First pitch sails right over the head of Riley Akins. Over at first base now is the former DP, Olivia Ledford. She's over it. Or Claire Ledford, excuse me. And that one hit into right center field. Well, they're wearing out the gap here in... And Frapp, a little more graciously than last time with a stand-up double. She's a stand-up kind of gal anyway. And here's Presley Kaler to try and continue to fund. 7 hits already for the Robbinsville Lady Knights. Right to second base, and the throw to first will be in plenty of time. That will do it on the ground out. But Robbinsville cashes in on some early base runners. A 3-run dinger for Sophie Roberts, her 7th of the campaign. will run it up to a 5-0 lead for the Lady Knights here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Bottom of the second, as we're back with you live from Young Harris, Georgia. You're watching the Gramstar Sports Network. Lady Knights in the driver's seat at the moment. And Riley Hall will begin things for the Cougars here in the bottom of the second. She's a senior for Copper Basin, batting .452 this year. She has 3 home runs on her resume and 10 RBIs. One error on Copper Basin, and that's all they've got on their side of the scoreboard. First pitch, and it's popped up a sky mile high. Zoe Schuler will reel it in right behind the circle. 1 pitch, 1 out. Left fielder Angela Graves will step in now. Graves batting .548, no homers, 11 RBIs, 4 doubles. Low, ball 1. We just spotted some of the, are they Lady Lions? Do we call them Lady Lions? Or you still call them Mountain Lions at this point? Yep. Some of the Mountain Lions are in attendance watching from right center field. Snacking on Chick-fil-A, I'm sure, because it is on campus and readily available. Except for when we get out of here tonight, because they'll be closed. Have them stay open for us. See if the campus will open up for us. You can never have too much of the Lord's chicken. Here's the 2-0. Hit to Schuler. She'll fire it to first, and they'll get her in a couple of steps. 2 gone. And here's Miss Akins.
Number 24, Riley Akins.
Akins batting .355 on the year. 5 RBIs. No extra base hits. Wow. She's a sophomore for Copper Basin, so a few more years to develop. And that one pokes through the hole, and that'll be the first base hit of the ball game for the Lady Cougars. Waddy trying to keep her honest over at the bag, but she's back okay. 2-out single roped right in between Ella Atwell and Zoe Schuler. And Copper Basin has their second base runner, I beg your pardon, of the game. First hit of the game. Samantha Ware batting .265, 3 doubles, 8 RBIs. Fly ball left center field, and I mean hit hard right to the gap. Anna Williams caught off guard by that. They're going to stop her at third. And runners at second and third, 2 in scoring position. Don't look now. Here come the Cougars. A single and a double with 2 outs. And Maggie Scoggins will step in. Scoggins batting .308, 8 RBIs. Right down the pipeline, 0-1. Taylor's got runners behind her and around her. 0-1 the count. And way out in front of that pitch, 0-2 the count. Beautiful facility here at Young Harris College, and we're thankful once again to the staff letting us set up. Strike 3 called. This is going to be a mad mash to the plate. Drop third strike will score the run. Pass ball on Sophie Roberts. And the Cougars are on the board as 5-1.
Number 99, Taylor Hall.
And here is Taylor Hall, number 99 in your program. She's a senior for Copper Basin. Outside ball one, throw 2 seconds, going to be up the line, and she'll get in standing. Will miss Scoggins. Hall batting .261, 3 RBIs this season. Yes, sir. Chopped. Schuler will make the play, throw to first. And it's under the glove of Frapp. She couldn't reel it in. Run scores.
That's a save. She had it beat.
And that'll be an RBI single infield style. Runners at the corners now, 5-2. Cougars are slowly chipping away at the deficit. Got our super official scorekeeper Rodney Nelson up here with us,
She had it beat. I'd have given her there.
keeping us straight. A screamer hit out to third baseman Ella Atwell. Throw to first is going to be,
Peel.
and they may have her doubled up over a second. She's going to be out. A lot of moving parts there. My apologies. We kind of lost that. So it's going to be a double play, a put out 6-4, I believe, when it's all said and done. The run does score. So we will head to the third as we sort all this out. We believe the score is 5-3. Lady Knights still in the driver's seat. The sounds of Hanson are crooning out here at Young Harris College. We're back live for the top of the third here on the Grimstar Sports Network, and we're glad you're with us for Robbinsville and Copper Basin softball action here on this beautiful Monday evening.
Emery made a good play.
Number 5, Ella Atwell.
She was out.
Atwell will lead off to begin things here in the top of the third. First pitch will pop out of the glove. Want to know the count. Throwback playlist today, never hurt anybody. Keep us on our toes. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Big cut by Atwell. She comes up empty. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cougars fighting back. Right over the head. How about Atwell with another hit? Leadoff single for Atwell here in the top of the third. Here's Liz Carpenter.
Number 22, Liz Carpenter.
As our scoreboard is not updating for some reason, we apologize. There we go. There we go. Technology will be the failure of us all. Bunt, and beautifully placed, I might add. Carpenter, they took the run to second, and I think Atwell's safe. Wow. So the throw up. So Carpenter will reach on the bunt.
Well, you know what?
Atwell at second. About an E.
Fielder's choice, but I'm gonna give her a sacrifice. She bunted. She was giving herself up. You agree to that?
Outside, ball 1 to Naomi Taylor. Atwell reaches. Carpenter reaches. Here is Naomi Taylor. Nobody out. Trying to help her own cause. Low and in the dirt. 2-0 the count. Robbinsville already has 9 hits in this ball game. 5 runs to show for it. 2-0 coming. Taylor hits it on a beeline to center field. Straight shot. Catch made. First out of the inning.
Oh, you give her a hit?
I did it before you said something.
Snap throw back to first. Carpenter will make it back safe. Williams at the plate now. 2 still on with 1 out. Inside pitch, she got the call. Good frame job behind the plate. Counts 1-1. And a hard chop to third. Throw to first. Dropped. Williams will be safe.
Okay. We got
And then I got the lead runner over at third. Atwell's out.
second.
Williams is safe. Carpenter at third.
Third.
And Schuler is up at the plate with the runners on the corners. So that's going to be a fielder's choice, 5 unassisted. If you made an out, I don't know that you would.
Anticipate a double play.
Yeah. And a quick snag over at first will erase the threat. Robbinsville held scoreless for the first time in this ball game. They strand 2. Will head to the bottom of the inning, 5-3 in favor of the Lady Knights. Bottom of the third, 2, 3, 4 holes due up for the Lady Cougars as we're back live from Young Harris College. It's a 5-3 slugfest here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Advantage Robbinsville at the moment. And Hyatt takes the first pitch on the thigh. That's going to be a hit batter to begin the bottom of the third. Tying run comes to the plate.
Number 11, Claire Ledford.
Ledford, formerly the DP, now manning first base for Copper Basin. And Roberts catches that one in the dirt, pops up, checks the runner. Want to know the count. Snap throw back. Frapp applies the tag, but Hyatt's already got some dirt on the uniform. 2-0. Both teams have an error each. Boy, what a play by Taylor out of the circle. Throw to first. And she's got her on a 1-3 putout that'll advance the runner. I guess it's a sacrifice. 1-3. It's not.
Number 17, Riley Hall.
Sacrifice, this means they bunt, giving up.
1 out, 1 in scoring position. All the shortstop. Take it low and in, ball 1. Alexis Hyde at second. Skips into the dirt, and it did as Skip. So that'll be 2 hit batters here in this inning for Taylor. Wow. And then hit her.
I mean, it hit halfway to home.
Yeah, it did.
Number 31, Angela Graves.
Just bounced the right way. Just had the right trajectory on it. There's your word of the day.
Big word. Just
Mr. Nelson, you used to be a teacher. Don't say that. You know what trajectory means. I didn't want to hear that. 0-1 the count on Miss Graves.
39 years. When I first started teaching, I never dreamed I would be around that long.
Popped up foul, and that will reach the bamboo back behind us. Hey, we've got a nice collection of it at our high school, too, Jessica. Don't feel it. Oh, yeah. No, we're known for our bamboo.
Oh, yes.
We've got the best crop in North Carolina. No, it's like kudzu. It will not go away. 0-2. Check swing in the dirt. Ball 1. Runners move up on the Wild pitch. It did. So that is dangerous. The go-ahead run is at the plate. Right through Roberts. And they're going to... I thought they might have made the throw to second there, but Roberts held on. 2-2 count now. No harm, no foul. But it could have been. Disaster averted. 2-2 pitch. Popped up. Boy, what a diving play by Ella Atwell. How about that?
That is a hit. You have to get it. I mean, that girl dove.
Grounded the ball and got it in her glove, but just after it skipped on the ground. So all hands are safe.
Number 24, Riley Atkins.
Boy, what a heck of a dive nonetheless by Atwell to be there. Trapped it. I thought she did too for a moment. Base is chocked full of copper. Basin Cougars. 1 out. Low and away, ball 1. Big moment in the game here for the Cougars. For the game in general, you see they're all over the base path here on GramstarSports.com. And right past Atwell, Schuler made the stop, but all that did was just save 2 runs as Hyatt scores and makes it 5-4. Deep infield single, I guess we'll give that to her. RBI.
Yeah.
And just like that, the Cougars trail by 1 after Robbinsville's hot start to this ball game. It's almost been for naught. Base is still loaded. First pitch is going to be fouled right over underneath Memory Frapp's glove. She almost made a good play over there in foul territory. Counts 0-1. Samantha Ware is the batter at the plate. Doubled in her last plate appearance. She'll pop it up this time, though, to Surrey. Waddy. Now it's just out number 2. So, infield will stay put.
Number 8, Maggie Scoggins.
Maggie Scoggins will be the last hope for the Cougars to do more damage. I didn't see them signal it, but they should have. Yeah. Almost said it, and they didn't signal it. Outside, ball 1. No, because the Holbrook umpire wasn't here from the Braves playoff game in 2012. I was listening to that game on the radio, and I got home and saw the video and was just appalled. I was DVRing it, so I watched it when I got home that night. What a disaster. A lot of backspin on that one. Drops foul. About a 16th of the way to first base. 1-1 the count. Right down the third baseline, it goes foul. Hey, you were a math teacher. You got to appreciate my fractions, sir. Did you ever teach? I thought you taught math for a little bit.
Well, I taught it in science.
That's what I thought. You taught math and science. Yeah.
In science.
Ah,
Because you
sure. I understand. Allen gets away from Roberts. Plate to plate. Late tag. We're tied. Holy cow. And that's going to bring, I believe, a new catcher to the field. I see Draylee Webster getting her gear on, so we may have a catcher change here in the middle of this at bat after that play. It is now tied. Maybe not for this at bat, but it may come afterwards. We'll see. I saw Webster moving to put her gear on, so maybe shortly if things continue. Strike on the outside corner will set down Scoggins and leave them loaded, or excuse me, I beg your pardon, 2 left on because another run scored. We're all knotted up as we go to the 4th, 5-5 here on the Gramstar Sports Network. So now Robbinsville's 2, 3, 4 holes will try to get jiggy with it as we head into the top of the 4th inning. It's a 5-5 ball game here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Kevin Hensley with you for tonight's broadcast. Always a privilege to be calling Knights athletics, no matter the sport. And sophomore Surrey Waddy will begin things for the Lady Knights. So we're back to where we started, so to speak. 5-5 score. A few miscues here and there have been costly to both teams, quite frankly, so far. And it's turned into a ball game instead of a rout as a result. And second pitch, to Waddy is hit down the left field line. And she'll get a stand-up double to begin things here in the top of the 4th. That'll work. Here's Sophie Roberts.
Number 33, Sophie Roberts.
Runner on will pull out and let you guys see things play out here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Chopped foul. Count is 0-1.
Skip a rope over there.
And over in left field now, in case you're wondering, Maggie Scoggins went to left field. We were wondering about that earlier, number 8 for Copper Basin. She was the catcher. She's now in left field. Just fielded that ball in the corner. The defensive change in the second inning threw all of us for a loop, and we're still catching up. Skips into the dirt, and they're just going to make sure Waddy doesn't get too comfy back there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Roberts coming off a 3-run homer. We estimated about 235 feet, and then it took a bounce. May have made it to the creek on that bounce. No, I don't know. It would have been a long bounce for sure. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's possible. Lady Knights 9 hits, 5 runs. Cougars 5 hits, 5 runs. Both teams with an error each. Roberts gets out in front of that one and chops it. Waddy will take off for third, and she'll get under the tag. And here's Memory Frapp.
Number 3, Memory Frapp.
Surrey just played it very well on the bases.
Waddy does have a lot of acumen. I mean, that travel softball pays off after a while, doesn't it, Sasha? Sasha watching with us. I know we got a lot of the Parents Cup make it tonight. Saw Miles Webster check in with us earlier. Shondi Barlow. Ground to the third base. Throw across. High toss. Frapp fell again. Bless her heart, as we say in the South. And she was trying to beat it out. 6-3 putout.
Number 10, Presley Kaler.
It was had to be a 5-3. That was the third baseman threw it. 2 gone. And first pitch to Kaler is right over the second baseman's head. That'll bring in Surrey Waddy. Knights lead. RBI single for Presley Kaler. That's Presley with 1 S if you're keeping score at home.
Number 5, Ella Atwell.
Thank you very much. Here's Ella Atwell. That is still Presley Kaler at first base. For now. He's pulling somebody out to run for. Pinch run, I guess, for the DP. It should be, no, it's Sydney Adams. She's the flex, so that makes sense. Yep.
first base, number 9, Sydney Adams.
So the flex
Flex.
left fielder today.
She's my neighbor.
Is she? Did not know that.
Just down the road from me.
Deepest, darkest parts of Atoa. Well, there you go. In the dirt, ball 1. Les Carpenter in the on deck circle. Atwell at the plate. Snap throw back, and so is Miss Adams. Atwell with an RBI double and a single already to her credit today, so she is 2 for 2 at the dish. Hopefully 3 for 3 in just a moment. And there was a changeup and a half, and standing up,
Sliding.
Adams takes second. Still 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Robbinsville's fullback ahead 6-5. Oh, showing bunt. And it pops foul. Just to the left side of the right-handed batter's box. 2 outs. Interesting choice to try to bunt there. Atwell's got speed, no doubt about that, but 2 gone and 1 on. 2 for 2 at the plate today. Onward we go. 2-2 is going to be roped to left center field, and that'll drop. Throw coming home. It's going to be high, and Adams breaks it up just to add it on for good measure. She slid that time on the single
RBI.
and the
Went to second on the throw.
throw to second will put Atwell out front. 7-5.
Number 22.
Robbinsville up by 2. Here's Liz Carpenter. Atwell 3 for 3 in this ball game. Wow. What a performance today for Ella Atwell here on Gramstar Sports. Still a lot of game to go, I might add. That one low and in. Ball 1. Robbinsville with 11 hits now, 7 runs to show for it. Atwell at second base. Tried to catch Atwell napping. She was fully conscious. 2-0 the count. Fly ball left field. It'll drop right up against the fence on the warning track. Scoring is Atwell. They trade places. Liz Carpenter with an RBI double here on GramstarSports.com. It's 8-5. Innings infectious, as they say. Let's see if Naomi Taylor can keep it up. It's that too. Chopped foul. Billy Knight made the play. Atta boy, coach. Bare-handed play right in front of the fence. Hey, can't play it off a hop, Billy. He played it. Where did he play? It wasn't Marshall. Was it Marshall? Okay. I thought.
That ball didn't get 30 feet off the ground.
Strike and a snap throw back. Still keeping Carpenter honest at second base. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Knight, one of those late inning transfers from Stecoa when that school shut down in the late 80s. Here's the 1-2. Chopped foul into the dugout for the Cougars. You taught us Toccoa, didn't you?
5 years.
Thought so.
Until they shut the high school down. We had about 12 in the whole high school. They had to shut
It was not a hail of numbers. 1-2. Taylor ropes it to the shortstop. Throw to first. And they'll tag her. No, they'll drop the ball. I beg your pardon. Carpenter scores. 9-5.
No RBI.
Absolutely. And E3 will bring Carpenter in. And the Knights, so much for that tied ball game. Knights have put 4 across in this inning.
Delaney Broom.
And I hear Delaney Broom's number getting hollered out for Taylor. She'll come in on the right side of your screen to run.
Now running number 1, Delaney Brooms.
Senior for Robbinsville. They've only got 3 this year.
At bat number 4, Anna Williams.
So Williams will step in.
Blind Bartimaeus here.
First pitch popped up a mile and a half high and catch made. That's going to do it. That's 3. But Robbinsville puts 4 across in this top of the 4th. We'll head to the bottom of the inning. 9-5 Lady Knights here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Back live from Young Harris College. You're watching the Gramstar Sports Network. Kevin Hensley with you for tonight's telecast of Robbinsville and Copper Basin softball
At bat number 99,
on this picturesque
Just have to wait.
Monday evening. Kelly Webster has came in to catch for Sophie Roberts. 1 pitch, 1 out as Atwell reels it in.
She's doing it. First pitch, pop it.
Same girl.
number 33, Caitlin Pack.
Back to the top of the lineup. Caitlin Pack will step in. Pack, the pitcher for the Cougars today. She came into today's game with a 4.94 earned run average. If you're keeping track at home. 35 strikeouts. And she's responsible for the win-loss record. Cougars 5-6. Robbinsville 10-2. And that's fouled off of her kneecap. Owl. 0-2 the count.
It hit her on the knee.
She fouled it off and it hit her right there. I know that didn't feel good. She looks like she's all right. In the dut. Webster's got it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, let's see if the Cougars can respond. They clawed back and tied it. And the Knights scored 4 to erase that pretty quickly. Pack is hacking. It's 2 fouled off here in this at bat. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Alexis Hyatt lurks in the on-deck circle.
Umpire's doing some house cleaning.
They need to break out the
He's bringing out the broom.
bring out the Black & Decker cordless vac and get that. They did. That's right. Yep.
I believe they fell behind.
What a rally.
6-0 and won.
Pack continues to fight. Braves did have a nice rally over the weekend. Finally had their home opener. They started the season traveling the world, it felt like. Chicago, one of their stops. And that's going to be a dropped third strike on
That's
a pass ball. 1 out, 1 on now. A lot of pass balls and wild pitches in this game. That is not something you want to be writing down on the stat line. Hyatt looks to make them pay for it. Grounded to Schuler. This could be a double play. Late. Fielder's choice. 6-4. They'll get the lead runner.
Number 11, Claire Ledford.
And that'll be all. So Hyatt will stand at first now. Ledford will step into the batter's box. In the dirt, ball one, snap throw back to first. Late. Hyatt's back.
This kid's a freshman. But that's no excuse for being slow, reacting very slow.
Webster checks the runner.
This girl has a better arms than the first catcher.
Webster did have a pickoff last week at Tuscola. That was nice to see. Robbinsville picked up a 5-3 victory in Waynesville. Fouled off. And it'll bounce off the bank here behind us. Young Harris College.
Inca is a program that has won at least 4, maybe 5 state championships in their 3 games.
Counts full. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Billy figured we'd split with one way or the other. And we did.
We were their only loss when they come to our place. I hadn't looked since then. They were 6-1 when they come over to see us. I wonder if they're still undefeated. There's still 1 loss. About the Inca Sugar Jets up here. Here's the pitch. Fouled back, and that may make it to the stands. It won't. It catches the net.
It's hard for me to tell.
Fan from Warren, North Carolina, almost made the play.
Okay, Skip.
I have no way of knowing that. I apologize.
No, you're not supposed
Fouled off to the... Well, I can't verify him. I think that was...
He'd say that person was from Gastonia, Georgia.
That's right. From Granite Falls on that one. From Decatur. How about that? We'll throw some Atlanta towns out there for Jessica. A new game ball. Finally peppered the perimeter enough to need them. And you see the exchanges. Nice flashes of neon green coming across your screen.
Chartreuse.
Oh, excuse me. I should know my color. I should know my color well better than that. You're right. Schiller will make... Oh, my goodness. I popped out of her glove. That would have been a tremendous play. She slid. Ball popped out of her glove. That's an E6. A rare one on the senior Zoe Schuler. Couldn't keep her footing as she snagged the ball in the webbing, and it popped back out. Here's Miss Hall.
That's what I was going to
Riley Hall, I should qualify that. Cougars have 2 on here in the bottom of the 4th. Still battling. Low ball 1. Webster with a good stop. Saved him moving up.
Number 17, Riley Hall.
One oh gets underneath Webster, and they'll move up that time. So pass ball is how it'll be scored. 3-0 the count now. On Riley Hall. 4-pitch walk. And look out. The tying run comes back to the plate for Copper Basin, and Billy Knight comes out of the dugout. I don't know if he's going to try to change pitchers or strategize with his pitcher. Not sure what he'll call here. Taylor has went just 3 2/3 of a ball game here. It's not been her most picturesque outing. Just a few strikeouts to show for it. 5 runs have come home. And I believe he's going to stick with Taylor for now. Angela Graves will step in with a chance to bring the Cougars back to within spitting distance here on the Gramstar Sports Network. 1 for 2 today. Webster down in the... I just write down stuff over here. I don't really have a book per se, but I write down kind of the scoring plays and stuff, little notes, so I can remember how to write my story later.
He does a good job.
Very kind to say that. Feel like I mess up all the time. Here's the pitch. And it'll be a strike. Boy, that was a ultra late call. Signal anyway.
These softball umpires, and it's college, it's everything.
Yeah, what is that? That drives me crazy.
I think it is the mechanics, yeah.
Jack swing. She went around. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cougars all around the base path. 2 outs here from Young Harris College. And that'll get in the Schuler's glove, beg your pardon. I got tongue-tied. Run scores. Deep infield. Single. Deep to Schuler. That's the second time they've hit it there today, and Schuler stopped it. But that will make it 9-6. And here comes Coach Knight again, and this could be the end of the road for Naomi Taylor. And it will be freshman Presley Kaler to get in her warm-up tosses. And while she does so, we'll step aside. You're watching the Gramstar Sports Network. Well, Kaler is good and ready. She's not paid by the hour. And here we go. Base is still loaded here in the bottom of the 4th. First pitch outside, but chased it 0-1 the count on Riley Akins. Go ahead and run at the plate now for the Cougars. And this has been a dogfight from the word go. And boy, she got her to chase one that was about 40 miles an hour slower than the first one she tossed at her. Counts 0-2. Popped up a mile high in the center field. Basket catch made by Anna Williams will preserve Robbinsville's lead for now. As we head to the 5th, it'll be 9-6 advantage Lady Knights. You're watching the Gramstar Sports Network. Hey fans, Kevin Hisley with you as we come back for the top of the 5th. Robbinsville leads 9-6 at the moment, and I'll say that very loosely because this game has been a back and forth duel from the word go. Robbinsville pulled ahead 5-0. The Cougars clawed back to tie it. Lady Knights pulled out 4 runs in the top of the 4th, and then the Cougars scratched out 1. So they're clawing back. Insurance is going to be very much welcome. We're live from Young Harris College, and we're glad you're with us here on this Monday evening in Georgia. Cougars almost finished getting their legs loose, so to speak, here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Leading off will be Zoe Schuler's on the top of the card is due up for Robbinsville. It'll go Schuler, Waddy, and supposed to be Sophie Roberts, but I'm sure it'll be Draley Webster batting in her spot to begin the game. We'll find out very shortly. Win, lose, or draw, it's going to be coming up. Schuler homer to begin the ball game. We thought at the time set the tone, but Cougars came to fight tonight after a 13-1 drubbing.
The right fielders playing right center.
I must really be trying to put a shift on here. Yeah, that's a interesting strategy for the Cougars. Showed bunt, stayed around, 0-1 the count on Zoe Schuler.
Did she bunt? I don't think she bunted at it, did she? Did she?
Was it a ball?
No, it's strike.
She'll never throw her out.
And if anything is a hiccup on a Zoe Schuler run, it is an automatic reach base for the senior. She is quick. She'll be on third base before we get the sentence out of our mouth. Here is Surrey Waddy, who will not be on third base by the time we get the sentence out. Love this young lady to death, but speed is not her forte. Strike one, throw to second, way off the mark. Schuler gets in there standing up. Rodney Nelson is tickled to death with that. It was. She was around. Here's the pitch. Hops right over the glove. That'll work. Schuler will score. How about that? 10-6. Robbinsville gets to run right back. RBI single for Surrey Waddy. No need for speed when you can slap the ball like that. And Draley Webster will get her first whack of the day. Freshman for Robbinsville at the dish now. Came in to catch in the bottom of the fourth. Still a lot of ball game left. We're just in the top of the fifth. Weak swing by Webster, 0-1 the count. Webster comes into today's game batting .273 on the season. She's got 2 home runs, 12 RBIs. Does Draley Webster snap throw back? Waddy will be there in time. Surrey Waddy is a multi-sport athlete for Robbinsville and is making them pay on the softball diamond. Another RBI single for Waddy. And Webster's going to make a pay. How about splitting the gap? Waddy will go to third. Webster will get to second, standing up. It's a double. Waddy stops at third. 2 on, nobody out. Here in the top of the fifth.
Number 3, Memory Frapp.
Here's Frapp. And see who he pulls out. He's got a depth chart, but he's getting kind of low on the stock, to be honest with you. Olivia Lewis could run. She's not been in yet. Wow. Well, she is. No, she's a good pinch hitter for us, for sure. Lewis, a junior for the Lady Knights. I guess no one. Here's Memory Frapp at the plate. Here's the pitch. First one is chopped high. And throw across to a racer will be out number uno in the inning. Everybody stays put. Kaler drawing something in the sand, or the dirt, I should say. We'll have to find out what that was later on. Hey, whatever works.
Okay, Olivia is running. So 15 is courtesy runner.
So Olivia Lewis is going to be running for Draley Webster. How about that?
Olivia Lewis.
If she hits it to the left side, let the line drive go through.
14 hits already for Robbinsville in this one. 1 out,
Problem with her.
2 on. Kaler at the plate, and that's a dangerous batter in the batter's box. She's got an RBI today.
Run, go,
Grounder
go.
will go to first. They'll get the shore out. Tagging the plate is going to be Surrey Waddy. RBI 4-3 will get Robbinsville's 11th run across the dish.
Number 5, Ella Atwell.
3 for 3. Come on, Ella. Go 4 for 4.
Atwell having a day and hopes to have even more. Lewis at third, and they'll make sure she stays there.
Got tire shoe.
Lewis making sure the shoelaces are cinched.
She is a extremely intelligent girl.
Oh, one of the smartest on the team, honestly.
Smartest girls in the whole school.
0-1 pitch. Hacked. And it's foul. Counts 0-2. Well, the error count stayed at 1-1 for a while. Now it's 3 for Copper Basin and 2 for the Lady Knights. And it's just the top of the fifth. We've had 17 combined runs scored in this game. Atwell to left field. She's done it again. 4 for 4. Lewis scores. She may be going to second. And she got under the tag. How about that?
She must have missed the tag.
And
Double an RBI.
how about that? Atwell, 4 for 4 today. Holy cow. It's 12-6. Lady Knights.
Never get too much.
No. Insurance is always welcome.
Number 22, Liz Carpenter.
Carpenter will bat.
Standing there and called the play here.
Carpenter up. Atwell at second. Still 2 outs. Carpenter ropes that one foul over the head of Billy Knight. Pop throw back by Alexis Hyatt to starting pitcher Caitlin Pack inside the circle. Pack still hanging in there. "12 runs have been scored on Miss Pack today, as that one's fouled down the left field line as well. Counts quickly 0-2 thanks to Carpenter's pops.
They are good, yeah.
We need lights so we can
Oh, awfully bad. Man, we could have so much fun if we had lights in our field. Yes. Boy, the night games would be fantastic. Left field, and it is going to be caught. Excuse me, I looked like I was going to drop. That's out number 3. My apologies. We'll go to the bottom of the fifth. Robbinsville puts 3 more on the board. 12-6 Lady Knights here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Bottom of the fifth on tap. Robbinsville 12, Copper Basin 6, and we still got a lot of ball game to play, so hopefully the bleeding will stop here at some point for the Lady Knights. They got a 6-run lead. Kaler's first pitch will fly into the dirt. Buried somewhere alongside Jimmy Hoffa, I'm sure. Count is 1-0. You know the theory that he's buried under Giant Stadium or whatever. Surely you've heard that, Rodney. Maybe he's buried under the field of Young Harris. Who knows? It'd be an obscure place to put him. They'd never find him here. Well, if they did bury him, he's already floated off at some point. Yeah. Yes. 1-1 count here in the bottom of the fifth. Glad you're with us here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Swing and a miss by Samantha Ware makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes. And time called. Webster lost her play cards. We'll call it that.
I just can't get into it. Nobody ever scores.
Big whiff and down the third baseline foul. Boy, Kaler just delivers with such ferocity from inside the circle.
Yeah, and she's a freshman, so we'll have her and Naomi back next year.
That's correct.
Maybe get another.
Dribbled again, foul. Atwell tried to field it in fair territory, didn't get there in time. Ware would have been safe and sound. Ware would have had a hotel booked over at the first base bag if she'd have reached.
Bases are a lot different than 90.
In the dirt, 2 balls, 2 strikes. 60-foot bases make a world of difference for sure. Foul back to the net. Ware battling here in the bottom of the 5th.
I'll fall asleep.
I think even if Chick-fil-A was open till 9, I wouldn't miss it.
Not looking good.
Come on, Preston.
Rib country will close. I know that. We can't even think about that happening. Full count on Samantha Ware. Right to Surrey Waddy. Not sure if she caught the ball caught her. That was a hard hit. Laser.
Number 8, Maggie Scoggins.
And the Knights win that duel. Maggie Scoggins will try to start another one with 1 out. And now Kaler is going to make sure she's got her bunny ears crossed.
Yeah, Zoe, when she goes to UT, she'll be in the outfield somewhere. She can
First one missed. No, caught the plate. Excuse me. 0-1 the count.
Yeah, I heard him go, oh.
It's a habit. I've already been telling her she better have a suite ready for me at the press box over at UT softball field so I can be over there to cover her games a lot. 1-1 the count. And that one misses. 2 balls and a strike. On Scoggins. Great crowd on hand this afternoon here at Young Harris.
There is a good crowd here.
For it to be a Monday afternoon softball game out of state, it's a very good crowd. 3-1 count. Beautiful weather, as we've mentioned several times tonight. Upstairs, Scoggins draws a 1-out walk.
They really travel well for football.
Oh, undoubtedly.
Number 99.
Here's Taylor Hall. Snap throw back. And tag applied a little late. Throw got there in time, but Frapp couldn't get turned. Scoggins is safe. Hacked. Throw to first. High. Frapp couldn't get a glove on that. That'll be an E5. And runs, scores, I believe, at home. It does. Scoggins is in. Throw to third. Hall will get there. Ball's loose again. Hall's up, scrambling. She's going to try to make it to the plate. And she's there, slides right in. What a series of events. Hall did a split out at second base. I don't know if she's all right. She's up a little slow. 12-8 now is the score. Let's see how Mr. Nelson scores all that. Holy cow. It's an E5.
For sure.
Yes, indeed. Hall reached second, slid in, and an error there allowed her to go to third because the throw come home where it was missed.
The first run scored on the throw down the line.
Right.
That's E5.
And Caitlin Pack will try to continue the fun.
Number 33, Caitlin Pack.
There's at least two other areas besides the E5.
Playing third base, number 99, Naomi Taylor.
I'm going to say she went around. Count is 0-2.
Sorry, exhibition. I mean, remember they got many errors. All right. She threw the ball down the line. That let her get on first. There was a
And a walk for Pack.
be nice. We can catch
Knights.
or at least block it.
All right. And then we're still trying to get everything sorted out up here. I think Frapp's going to lead the ball game. The defense is got Billy Knight a little upset, to say the least. Here's Peyton Odom. She's going to take over at first.
He's not taking her out because she missed the ball or something.
No, of course not. Just trying to get things back on course.
First base, number 27, Peyton Odom.
I think we got it all squared away. 1 out, 2 runs in on a pair of errors to simplify things. That's 4 errors for Robbinsville. That's very uncharacteristic of these Lady Knights. Grounded to Schuler, throw to second. Waddy's got it, tries to turn double play. It's going to be late. Lead runner erased.
Number 11, Claire Ledford.
High it reaches. Claire Ledford will step in.
Reached on fielder's choice.
And here is Ledford to try and help the Cougars' cause of coming back. First pitch foul, or chipped, right past Waddy. Why that ball come off the bat? I thought it was going to careen foul, but it chopped instead. My apologies.
Number 17, Riley Hall.
So a soft hit into right field. 2 Cougars are on now with 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the 5th, Riley Hall is tasked with trying to get these 2 home. Throw to second is going to be off the mark. I think they were trying to pick off throw perhaps to second. Schuler, no one was ready for that. Schuler or Anna Williams were not ready.
Through the center fielder if it hadn't hit the runner.
I believe it might have been a missed sign there somehow or something. Some kind of a crossfire. That ball in the dirt. 2-0 the count on Riley Hall.
We don't usually play this form.
Ball fouled. Fouled again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 gone in this back and forth battle from Young Harris College. Again, Robbinsville is scheduled to travel to Western on Wednesday, 5 p.m. first pitch against the AC Reynolds Lady Rockets. Kaler gets the strikeout That will end things. 2 runs come home on a pair of errors, 2 stranded. Top of the 6th is upon us. 12-8, Lady Knights here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Well, as Diamond Rio reminds us that we're meeting underneath the North Georgia Pines for this one. We're back for the 6th inning on the Gramstar Sports Network, 12-8. Lady Knights in the driver's seat. 8, 9, and 1 holes due up. And Caitlin Pack is not ready to, she is. Taylor, Williams, and Schuler are the due-up batters for the Lady Knights.
I don't know how they fixed it.
So I think Atwell's now it's now the DP.
That would have to be. It's the only way it could be. Yeah. Strike is in there, 0-1 on Taylor. Pack came out of the dugout without her pitching card, so she was signaling for that, but going to tough it out without it. And the throw across is going to be a little bit, it's going to be cut off. Well, let's just say for what it is. Here comes Anna Williams.
Number 4, Anna Williams.
So Lady Knights get a runner on to begin the 6th. 4-run ball game. It's been tied here tonight, 5-5. Williams bunts it foul, 0-1 the count. Robbinsville baseball, by the way, playing wonderfully this year. What a great start for the Black Knights. They are 7-3 to begin the campaign. We could not find the last time they started the year that hot. They're 5-1 in the Smoky Mountain Conference right now, second in the standings, and are seriously threatening to break a 13-year playoff drought.
You'll have to go back.
And that'll go inside. Wild pitch will let Taylor go to second. Sorry, Rodney. I actually want to hear this because I've been wondering where I could go to find it. So you tell me. No, you're fine. Take your time. So,
I don't know how we started, but when Billy was playing, now we're talking 80s.
sure. Right, late 80s, right? We started, well, when I checked last week, we were 6-2 when I last checked. And that's the best start I could find for like 20 years back.
Oh, yeah.
So that's 20 years. Now, I didn't go back any farther than that, so.
Yeah, you got to go back 40 for Billy.
And I was thinking, and I was wondering if it was his time. I mean, I figured it would be. So, we'll see.
It's not 40, but
Well, no, I mean, it's 30-something because I was born in 89. That was 35 years ago. So, it has to be at least 36, 37 years ago. Because Billy was in high school in, what, 87, 86? I can't either. Either way, though, fans, what I was going to say, the Black Knights are not playing this week during spring break in Graham County. They are off, so to speak. Williams swings and misses. 1 out. Taylor at second. Here comes Schuler as they begin another trek through the lineup.
4 runs ain't enough.
We will see Robbinsville baseball
Number 2, Zoe Schuler.
next Thursday at home against Rosman. That is a non-conference game. Rosman no longer in the Smoky Mountain Conference. A lot of rumors that could change with the new conference alignment coming out very soon, though. Schuler ropes it to left center field.
Maybe.
Opposite fielder is out of here, and I mean with a lot of clearance. How about that? Another one skipping off that deck. Players from Valdosta about wiped out on that one. Schuler hits a 2-run dinger to left center field. The Den sign didn't even get flirted with. It flew way over that. 14-8. No, it went over it. It hit that about the same spot Sophie's hit, honestly.
Number 23, Suri Waddy.
Here's Waddy. 2 home runs for Zoe Schuler.
Those 2 got a lot.
Yeah, you can pull a car up under the deck.
So next week it will be Robbinsville Rosman baseball on Thursday, and then on Friday the big one, Robbinsville Hiawassee Dam softball. We'll have it for you here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Waddy pops that one to right field, and it's caught. That is the second out of the inning.
Should have been the call.
Here's Draley Webster. Draley Webster.
Draley Webster. That's all right.
Correction, number 21, Draley Webster.
Let's go, Draley.
You can be good players.
First one's roped foul. Webster almost had a double. If she turned the Jets on, she could have had a triple. Counts 0-1. If she'd have turned the Jets on, it could have happened. I don't know. Listen, in this game, anything is possible at this point. There has been 22 runs, 24 hits, 7 errors, very few strikeouts, more wild pitches and pass balls than I've got fingers and toes, and we're still in the top of the 6th. And some of the best music we've ever had played. I'm going to need Jessica to just send us that playlist so we can have it in Robbinsville. Just hit the shuffle button. Inside, Webster laid off. Good move. 2 balls, 1 strike on Draley Webster. Her second at bat of the ball game after she checked in relief for Sophie Roberts in the bottom of the 4th. She did double last time. That's correct. And that one's going to be popped up. Pack dove for it, but couldn't get there.
Did she touch it?
No, sir, she did not. It landed in front of her. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
I think because she didn't try to touch it.
I won another one of those where the backspin one,
Oh, yeah.
gravity sought out the victory there. 2-2 on the way. And the battle continues. That one roped. That may make it to the creek. It looked close.
Is the creek over here?
Yeah, it's right behind the batting cages. Right beyond those little patch of trees right there.
I hadn't woke up yet.
Inside, count runs full.
Nobody's
Emery Frappin on deck circle. We approach the 2-hour mark of this ball game. Popped up to third base, and that one will be put away right off camera. 2-run homer for Zoe Schuler. The Knights tack on 2 more runs for insurance. 14-8 is the advantage at the moment on the Gramstar Sports Network. Well, unfortunately, we got to turn down old-time rock and rolls. We're back live for the bottom of the 6th here on GramstarSports.com. Strike 1.
said he didn't have anything to do with it. It's probably the most played song with the jukeboxes.
Yep.
Every time I go to Waffle House, I play it. I mean, come on. How can you not? 0-2 count quickly. Here in the bottom of the 6th, Kaler beginning her almost third inning of work. Popped up. Taylor comes in and makes the play. 1 out. By the way, fans, the top of the 6th was the first time tonight that Robbinsville has not stranded any base runners. The Cougars did it in the bottom of the 1st, and they've not done it since. Riley Akins.
7 to the plate in the 2nd and 3rd. And the 4th.
An absolute screamer that Miss Akins turned on. Count is 1-0. Glad you're with us here from Young Harris College here on Gramstar Sports. We stream 5 varsity sports for Robbinsville all year long. You can catch us in the fall with volleyball and football action. Basketball will carry us through the chilly winter months. And then we freeze to death for baseball and softball season most of the way through until all is said and done. Throw across. They got her at first. Peyton Odom snags it. Throw from Naomi Taylor. Nice work.
Number 13, Samantha Ware.
Samantha Ware
Her daddy
We'll try to stop the monotony. Who's that?
Samantha Ware.
Oh, Samantha Ware. Okay.
Oh, I said Peyton Odom's
Oh.
dad played baseball for them.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Johnny.
Yeah, I did not know that. Wow. One 0 pitch from Kaler will follow 2-0.
Wait, because I don't.
I am not saying a word until he's stood up and looked around and stretched and decided what he's going to call. Not even going to try it. 2-0. That's in there. 2 balls and a strike. Three balls and a strike.
You got 3 balls? I'll just got 2. Okay, I'll put it up there. I'm sleeping.
Roped right to Peyton Odom, and she makes the play. It's a 1-2-3 inning, only the third one tonight for either side. And we'll go to the 7th, Robbinsville's last chance to do any damage. It's 14-8 here on GramstarSports.com. Sorry, Shania, we'll have to cut you short. Top of the 7th, live from Young Harris College. You're watching the Gramstar Sports Network here on this beautiful Monday evening. We're way past the 2-hour mark of this ball game. It's been a Duke from the word go. Robbinsville leads 14-8 as we go into the top of the 7th inning. We're just hoping Roddy Nelson will make it to the end of the game at this juncture. I think he might have swallowed a gnat over here to our left. It's time for those. Wow. Ouch. Boy. The roast. All right. 0-1 the count on Memory Frapp. 4, 5, 6 spots are due up. That was a strike. Yep. I know. And Frapp skedaddled out of the way of that 1 ball, 1 strike.
The term is skip a row.
She did do that. She skipped a row. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the offering. Low and in. 2 balls and a strike. Presley Kaler is in the on deck circle. And at this juncture, this late in the game, I'm not even going to predict who will pop out next. It is. It's 8:35. It's been a 2-hour and 1-minute ball game to this point, as short pop-up to the shortstop will be the first out of the 7th for Robbinsville. And here's Presley Kaler.
Number 10, Presley Kaler.
You know, just about everybody in our lineup, starting lineup, except for Sir.
Kaler with a big rip to right field. And I believe there's a little bit of a trouble on the transfer. She's going to go to third. And she's in there. How about that? 1 out triple for Presley Kaler. Thank you very much. Well, that's good to see. Her first one of the season, I might add. What a night for Presley Kaler. What a night for the freshman, really, for the Robbinsville Lady Knights. Speaking of freshman sensations, here's the 4-for-4 Ella Atwell. Atwell could go 5 for 5 and match her jersey number if she does so, but Billy Knight's come to the plate, making sure everything's kosher. It is. She did have to re-enter. Taylor had relieved her over at third. She's re-entering now as the DP. Here's the pitch. And 5 for 5. How about that? Ella Atwell, have yourself a night, kid. We will take that. Thank you very much. Our older sister Riley in the stands for the game, and glad she's here to see this in person.
Number 22, Liz Carpenter.
15-8. Lady Knights pouring it on here in the latter stages. Finally getting a little bit of breathing room. Basin's going to have to really open up the hatches in the bottom half of this inning to get things going. Carpenter's had a lot of good cuts tonight, just hit them right at people, unfortunately. That's the way it goes sometimes. 2 outs. Taylor tripled, and Atwell brought her trotting home. And Naomi Taylor will step up now. Low and in ball 1, throw back to first, and Miss Atwell's back, and she is A-OK. 5 for 5. What a night.
Well, her batting average jumped.
No joke. Come into tonight's game with a 312 mark, so you do the math. Two 2-0 count. We may try to crunch up Miss Atwell's batting average now in between innings. Inside, check the runner, 3 balls and no strikes. Not sure what to call it, if I call you Jesse or Jessica. Which one is it? Because I've seen both. So, yeah. Jesse it is. Is it technically Jessica? Okay, but you like Jesse. Fair enough. Okay. Well, I'm sorry. My apologies. That's exactly right. Mamaw can deem you whatever she'd like to as 4-pitch. That's a smart move. 4-pitch walk to Taylor. And now, I believe, that's Olivia Lewis coming up to the plate to pinch hit. And it is.
So Lewis is pinch hitting for Williams.
Yes. And we may have a conference inside the circle. Jeremy Pittman has came out to discuss things with Miss Pack. Lewis will trot back to the dugout while they do so here on the Graham Star Sports Network.
I'd like to see her get ahead. She doesn't get plenty of job.
Now batting number 15, Olivia Lewis.
By the way, Atwell's average has jumped from 312 to 476 tonight with this 5 for 5 showing. Six for 6. Oh my God. That's unreal. I don't know if I've seen a 5-hit game from many. The gaps have been busy tonight, no doubt about that. Both sides have done a good job of it, quite frankly. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch to Lewis, who's pinch hitting. She swings and misses. 0-2. She'll be one of the seniors that'll come back next year. She's a junior for Robbinsville. 0-2 count. Naomi Taylor at first. Atwell at second. And Lewis swings and misses an off-speed pitch. They tag her just to make darn sure. 2 stranded. But Ella Atwell goes 5 for 5. Her 5th hit of the day is an RBI single to score Presley Kaler, who tripled. We'll go to the bottom of the inning. Last chance for the Cougars. 15-8. Robbinsville.
Maggie Scoggins.
Sorry about that, Ronnie Dunn. We had to cut you short there, my friend. Bottom of the 7th. We're almost out of here, fans, but the Cougars have got another chance to do something. Down by 7.
That's not that time.
I usually don't go to bed till after 11.
Well, that's a screamer hit onto the bank and almost caught a beautiful Lincoln Town Car that's rolling through here. Joe Biden's here? No, I'm kidding. I know what you meant. 2 balls and a strike now on Scoggins.
It's basically like intro to college, time management.
Yeah, well, that's a great class.
I need to take that class. Time management, please. Yes. Cool. 2-2 count on Scoggins. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Throw to first. High. Scoggins. And Memory Frapp was in the baseline, but she got back anyhow, so. Wild pitch. Wild pitch will get her on. Should be an E2, yeah. And don't look now. Cougars got a base runner on, nobody out. Webster catches the first one way outside, ball 1. Taylor Hall in. Caitlin Pack is due up next. That one fouled off her foot. Ow, boy, she's feeling that. May give her an extra moment to convalesce. How about that? There's your $10 word. That's not even a $5 word. I'm sorry. I learned how to be in college because of Coach Jesse, and now I've got all these college words. I throw over to first. Scoggins is safe and sound. And it's 1-1. She fouled it off, and then she threw down to first after the ball, so it's 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kaylor got her to bite at that one. The Cougars have 8 runs, but just 7 hits to show for Robbinsville. 15 runs on 19 hits. And 5 errors. That is unsightly for the Lady Knights. And Kaylor had to handle a screamer high throw to Waddy. That's going to be an E1. Error number 6. Hall hobbles back to first base. Scoggins at third. Runners at the corners. Nobody out. And here comes Coach Billy Knight. He's going to try to probably bring in Emery Frapp here, if I had to guess, on the circle in just a moment. No, not at all. Presley's done what she could tonight. Just been one of those games. Caitlin Pack's the top of the lineup, and Billy Knight's going to send Kaylor to first. Frapp will take over inside the circle. While she's warming up, we'll step aside. I'm sure Jesse will have some good music for us here on GramstarSports.com. All right, Memory Frapp is now inside the circle to try to stop things before they escalate too much here in the bottom of the 7th. Runners at the corners for the Cougars. Nobody out. Runner goes to second. Hall has recovered nicely. Throw coming home. She is out. And Hall will scramble to third.
Okay, try that and stay on the line.
And that is out. Number 1. Hall at third.
The score is 15-8. And we've got 19 hits and they have 7. We've made 6 errors. They've made 3. All right, I need some help.
Okay.
Okay, is Pat batting?
She is. Yes.
Is there no count to her?
No, there is a pitch. I think it is a strike. It's 0-1. That's what I thought.
Now, the runner on first ran.
Yep.
And she's now on third.
Yep. Swing and a miss, 0-2 on Pack.
Okay, and this hog was thrown out at the plate, wasn't she?
No, Scoggins was thrown out to plate.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yep, 6-2, and then Hall's at third. That one's outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here in the bottom of the 7th.
She was thrown
as the Cosmic Ballet rolls on
All right, who
here tonight.
out? I know the catcher talked about
Zoe, 6-2. Swing and a miss. 2 outs. Last batter potentially is Alexis Hyatt. This has been a wild one, fans. 15-8 here in the bottom of the 7th. Throw back to third. And she gets around the tag. A little up the line, or Taylor might have had a shot at her. 1-0 count.
There's 1 out and there's 2 outs, so we got to get this going.
It's going to be a heck of a box score to type up and put in the Graham Star later this week. Hit to Waddy. This could be the ball game. Throw to first is made, and that is all she wrote. 4-3 putout will end this one. It is a 15-8 final for the Robbinsville Lady Knights. They come to Young Harris tonight and improve to 11-2 on the season. Meanwhile, the Copper Basin Lady Cougars fall to 5-7. Robbinsville is scheduled to play at Western Carolina, 5 p.m. first pitch on Wednesday against AC Reynolds. We hope to bring you that one on the Graham Star Sports Network. We'll let you know as soon as we can if we'll be able to broadcast it. Fans, we hope you enjoy the rest of your night. We're glad you stayed with us and glad you tuned in here on GrahamStarSports.com. I'm Kevin Hensley, wishing all of you a great rest of your evening. Again, your final score, Robbinsville 15, Copper Basin 8, and the time of this ball game, 2 hours and 16 minutes.
We about to change the game. We out here taking names. Let our voices rise. Let them reach the sky. We about to change the game. We out here taking names. Let our voices rise. Let them reach the sky.
Phillips 3. It's in. She is on fire right now on the Graham Star Sports Network.